Brilliant. Yeah, thank you so much. So, welcome to HMD Publishing Podcast. Please tell us about yourself as your journey, yourself.
I'm Isabella Vazquez, and I wrote a book on Amazon called The Literature of Louisa Norman Collection 1. And it's basically just a collection of short stories and poems. And yeah, I'm working on my second book right now. It's going to be one central story. But yeah, I'm a college student in the United States, and I'm 19 years old.
Yes, congratulations. That's an
Thank you.
achievement.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, tell us about more about it. Like, what was the motivation behind it? How did you get into writing?
I've been writing my whole life, but I think I knew I wanted it to be a career since eighth grade because COVID had happened and like I was at home and I was like bored. So I was just like, I wrote like, I used to remember the number in my head. It was like a crazy number of like all the books I wrote and all like the scripts I wrote, and they will never see the light of day probably, but I wrote them and it was like an insane number. But yeah, I figured out that I wanted to be a writer. So when I was in high school, I started taking classes in my high school to, hone my craft and whatnot. Still learning because I'm going to college for it now. Um, so yeah, I've been doing it since eighth grade. And then when I finished high school that summer, I created my first website and then I started I did it under a pen name, Louisa Norman, because I was just like, I don't know how people are gonna react to my writing. And I just wanted to make sure try it out before I really put myself fully out there, see if I was comfortable with it. And surprisingly, like a lot of people liked it. Like not just like friends and family, because I really didn't tell anybody that I was doing this. But yeah, so people really liked it and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put it like all the stuff that I wrote for this website, put it in a book and do it on Amazon and see how it goes. And it did great. It's still doing great. So yeah, and then just recently I've been more on social media now. As of this morning, I hit 400 followers, which is crazy.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And then yeah, so I've created a new website because I did it on Google Sites before and I figured like, oh, like I need to switch things up a little. So I did it another website. And now I've been like posting more frequently on there. I might do another collection. Not sure. I'm still thinking about it, but yeah, so that's just kind of how been my journey's been. I've been like connecting with other writers. We've been collaborating, like young writers, like teenage writers like me. So yeah,
That is very inspiring. So,
thank you.
how old were you in back in COVID?
It was like 14, 15, I think. Maybe 13. I don't even know.
Yeah. It sounds like literally yesterday, but it's been
Yeah,
almost 5 years now.
I know. It's been crazy.
Yeah. No, that's a huge achievement. Writing a book is no easy task. It takes a lot of like motivation, dedication, and a lot of research to write a book. So, well done to you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Tell us more about a brief, about your book. What it is about, and how can our viewers can benefit from it.
Well, I like to break it down that the genres of the book is mainly clean romance, Christian fiction, and cozy mystery. So we have those like three little genres. I think there's something in there for everyone because the main stuff that I touch on is like Christian faith. Um, what's the other thing? Love and family. So you'll get like a little piece of everything. I think that if you have like a teenager, like a young girl teenager, because I was like that too. I wanted to read so many books, and then there was like so much stuff in these books that I did not want to get exposed to. So I'd be like researching so much for these books, and I ended up not reading as much as I wanted to. So I feel like if you have like a young teen daughter or son, honestly, anybody can enjoy this book. I think you won't have to worry about like the contents of the book if you're a parent because it's all clean. Like there's no swearing, there's no spice. Like the worst somebody will do in my books is do a peck on the lips and hold hands. Like that's the worst. So I try to keep it clean because I think there's like, people can enjoy, the other stuff, but I think a lot of people also just want to have like a good, clean book that they can pass down to their kids and be like, I don't have to worry about what my child is reading because, like, it's clean. So I feel like that's kind of like where my target is right now. And so that's like, I feel like with this book and all the other stuff that I've been writing, that's like where I'm trying to like reach that audience of like people who want clean books and also Christian books. It's not in your face Christian, but like there is some Christian values or like prayers I'll incorporate into the book or some of my stories. So, yeah.
That's awesome. So if you have to put an age bracket, what would be the age bracket that you're targeting?
I'd say like 12 and up, honestly. Because the younger ones, I don't think they'll understand the themes of the book. So, not because it's bad or anything like that, but I feel like when if 12 and up read it, I think they'll totally get it. I think it's like a good thing like if parents are looking for like if their kid is a big reader and they want to find something but they don't want their kids exposed to like anything too crazy yet, then I think this is like a good like 12 and up book.
Oh, perfect. So if I'm looking for a book for my kid, which is a bit of a romance without doing too much, without going too far. So
Yeah, yeah.
the book, yeah. Yeah, perfect. That's definitely a market. So yeah, brilliant. Yeah. Tell us more about your writing process, when you were writing your book, like what were your process, what your day-to-day looks like, how did you start, how did you manage to start and everything?
I mean, so when it was the summertime, I feel like I was like writing every single day. But as soon as I started college, it was probably like in between classes and whatnot. I don't often plan anything I write. It just kind of like comes to me. If anything, I'll just like write like a paragraph or two of like what I basically want, and then I'll go off of that and just start writing and make tweaks and whatnot. Um, but yeah, and it's usually at night. Most definitely at night because I cannot write in the morning for some reason.
So how some I understand it was your college holidays, school holidays.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So how were you managing with your schoolwork, like your other activities, or were you like proper dedicated to writing your book?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think I was able to manage like writing my book and also just like focusing on school. Also, like I took a creative writing class in college, so like some of the stuff that I was writing in that class like goes into my website or goes into the books. So that also helped too, because I'm an English major with a writing minor. So a lot of the stuff that I'm doing on the day to day for school can also be incorporated into my writing stuff. So.
Yeah, that is awesome. How do you typically how did you typically handle your writer's block or creative challenges you had during the writing part?
I took that as a sign to take a break. Honestly, I was like, if I'm like ever stumped, I'm just like, I just need to take a break. Just walk away. I would like go like read something or like, watch a movie. Like I genuinely took it as like you need to relax. Like you've been doing too much probably and you need to like relax. I took it as like a reset and like as a rest day because I was like, if I'm not cranking anything out, I might as well just rest like recharge. Also get a little inspired because if I'm watching something or if I'm reading something, little inspirations here and there, and then try again until like, something comes out. So I took it as like, you need to rest. So I would like, do read, write, or not write, but read, watch something, those kinds of things, or spend time with my family.
That is awesome. Like a lot of people don't get this. Like they are like when they get a writer block, they feel like that's something they just have to keep on pushing. But it's a very small idea to take a break because that's what if you freshen up your mind, that's when you'll be able to like come back more stronger and write something amazing. Because it's more like your mind is everything is coming out of your mind. So it's like pure your
Yeah.
imagination. So the fresher your mind is, the better you'll be able to write.
Also, there's like serious writer burnout. Like if you write like a lot, like every single day, a lot of the time, like good chunks of hours, like you need to take a break.
a
Even
hundred
like
percent.
even like after an hour of writing, I'm like, okay, I need to get up. I need to like go do something else for like at least 10 minutes and then come back. Cause like it's consumes your mind a lot, which is good, but also you just need to take some breaks to like, be able to write the best you can. Because I feel like if you're really burnt out, I don't think you can write as well as like if your mind is like so renewed and like, you just got this like burst of energy, like I'm gonna write.
Yeah, this is something that people underestimate a lot, and and they get overwhelmed with their own mind, and they just stop writing, and they end up not publishing the entire book. So what we recommend to our clients is set slot hours when you're writing your book. So let's say if you feel like you're more creative during the nighttime, then okay, set like 2, 3 hours, like be consistent. And so let's say, okay, give yourself like maybe 6 months, 12 months, whatever time that you're comfortable with, that okay, I'm gonna write like 4 hours each day, 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever you're comfortable with. This way you will end up writing a much better draft compared to you like you're motivated today, you're not motivated tomorrow. So be
Right.
consistent. That's exactly what we recommend to as a framework to write a brilliant book.
Yeah, of course. I
Yeah.
think having a routine is very good.
Yeah, walk us through your editing, your publishing, your marketing process. How is it going? How did you manage to publish? Did you hire somebody, or what did you do?
So I did like everything by myself. Like I edited by myself. I did have some help with because my parents they love reading my stuff. So they were like they're not my target audience, but
Yeah.
they were definitely an audience and I loved it. And I
That should
love
be
them
more
for
to
it.
do it.
But yeah, no, so and I dedicated the book to my family because they were the ones because they have always told me like, oh, like, follow your dreams. Like don't do something that you don't want to do, even if the pay is like enormous. Like they're like just do what you want to do because you get the chance to do that. So they've worked their whole lives just so that I could do what I want to do, which is amazing. So I dedicated the book to them. I think I'm going to dedicate like most of my books to them probably because they're the ones who like really encouraged me and they have like never stopped encouraging me. Like even when I was younger, when I was like in COVID and I was like thinking about like writing, I was like, Mom, I think I want to do writing like when I like go to college and when I graduate and all that kind of stuff. You know what she did? She went straight to laptop. She was like finding me all these resources, like local workshops, like everything. And then my dad has always been like such an avid reader. So like, he gave me like great advice on like, oh, in books, like this is like good things to do in a book or like this is a good thing to do in a script. So like he helped me like with a lot of like structure, like good like plot twists or stuff like that too. Um, so they've been super supportive of me. So they would like read some of my stuff. I also had some of my friends read some of my stuff too, because they had either been following my writing account, so they were reading the stuff anyway. And I would just be like, "Hey, can you look at this poem?" Or, "Hey, can you read this story? Like, tell me what you think." And they like give me like good, honest feedback, and we would work to fix it. So for editing, I'd say like my friends and family were helping me, but I was the one who was on the computer like doing it myself too.
Yeah. No, that's amazing. Like when your family supports you, your friends and family, your siblings and all that, it just create a positive environment, and you are like more motivated to write and all that. So yeah, but that's brilliant. How did you publish your book? Walk us through that part.
So I had been like looking for so many ways to like publish it. Like I was looking into like vanity publishers or like, traditional publishers, but like you need like agents for that, which I'm like currently kind of in the process of like looking for maybe an agent because my the book that I'm working on now, it's one central story and I feel like it would better be marketed if it was like in a traditional publisher. So I'm kind of in that process right now, but I was just like looking for ways and I saw like Amazon that they publish and I did a women's writing group in my church and one of them had published through Amazon and she had told me about that process. And I was like, this I can do. This I could totally do. There's a starting off point, I could totally do it. And I had one of my professors, one of my creative writing professors, she was also like helping me. She was like telling me about like the Amazon route because she had published books too. Um, and yeah, so I did the Amazon route. I did the cover. I did like I whole top to bottom, all me. And I just put it in through Amazon, and then, I, just started telling my friends, telling my college friends, and it like a lot of people started getting into it. And just recently, in not my hometown, but a different town, I just did a book fair, and or not a book fair, but it was a fair, and there was a mini book fair in it, and I was showcased as one of the authors, which is crazy, by the way. So there's been interest, which is great. And so I wouldn't like I like self-publishing, it's really good when you're starting out, I feel like, or at any stage, to be honest. I feel like with me, it's a great starting out point for where I'm at. So yeah, that's what I did. I went the Amazon route, which was good.
That's perfect. Are you writing any more books about the same topic or anything in the pipeline at the moment?
I feel like I think I will always write like books or stories or poems about like love, family, and like Christian faith. I feel like that's just been my calling. Because like I have a very like gentle, like hospitality like spirit. And so I'm kind of trying to showcase that to people because that I feel like is my calling. So yeah, I think my next book is like gonna be like a teen college kind of romance, but it's like it's one central story this time. So yeah, which this one I think is the hardest one I've ever worked on, not gonna lie. Because like little it's a bits of it is based on my life, but like not college life, my high school life. But so yeah, I think when it comes out, it's gonna follow the trend of family and love and all that kind of stuff. It's still gonna be clean. All of my stuff is gonna be clean. And Christian faith, like, and yeah, so that's just what I'm working on now. And I'm sure you know, I'm gonna keep posting my short stories and poems too, following the same genres.
That's awesome. And when is the expected launch date for your next book?
Right now, we do not have a date. We're still looking. We're still looking to figure out how we're gonna publish this book first. I'm still technically tweaking it too. So yeah, I'm gotta fine tune it until I feel like it's absolutely perfect before we publish it. But it's a work in progress, and I'm excited for people to see it.
It is indeed. It's always, whenever you read your own book, yeah, you'll find something and you're like, I could have done this better. But
Yeah,
what we recommend to our authors is once the book is published, don't try to change it. Just if it's too much, if it's because you will get carried away, you'll end up rewriting the entire book again.
yeah.
Yeah, just publish it, and then if it's too much, then just maybe publish another edition of the same book, but don't just constantly make changes to it. Just it just gets too much.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah. What would you advise to, someone like you who's a teenager, like who's passionate about writing, but they just don't know where to start?
I feel like to just like start off, I would say just like write things that you would want to read, honestly. I feel like that's what I've always been doing. Because I feel like with me, it's like harder to find things to read or like things to read because just like I just don't want to be exposed to like a lot of things. So I'm just like I'm gonna write what I would want to read or what I would want to pass down to my future kids when I like, have them. And so yeah, that's just like how I'm like always mentally like I'm just gonna write what I would want to read. And yeah, I would just say like writing every day, I feel like it's a lot easier to get your stuff out there with like social media now. So I just say like, you could even do it the way that I did it. You could do it under a pen name for a little bit, see if you like it, and then like if it's not your thing, move on to the next thing. But if it is your thing and you're comfortable with like putting your name on it, I'd say go for it. Because you'd be surprised how much support like people will give you. It's gonna be hard at first, for sure. But like, once you get that train going, it'll get easier and easier along the way.
Absolutely. That's a great piece of advice. Just start somewhere. If you're not comfortable, just start with a pen name and see, how people react to it. And sometimes,
Yeah.
people take like feedback criticism way too seriously. But just part of a process, when you put something out there, there'll be
Mhm.
positive and negative feedback. So you just have to, just welcome it with open arms.
Yeah.
Uh,
And you
Like,
don't have to take every single thing that people throw your way. I mean, you could take a little bit of the good, a little bit of the bad, and you tweak it to how you want it to be because it's your work at the end of the day. It's not
uh,
anybody else's.
yeah, 100%. Perfect. Thank you so much for this podcast. And lastly, where can our viewers find you and enjoy your, snippets of your books?
My book is called The Literature of Louisa Norman Collection 1, and it's on Amazon. And then I also have a writing account on Instagram called Writer Louisa Norman 927. So you could follow my stuff there, and I have my website attached onto there too if you wanted to go check that out.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll tag all these things in our, with this podcast when we post it. And yeah, that's pretty much it, Isabella. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure speaking with you today. We
Thank
look
you for
forward.
having me.
You're welcome. And I wish you all the best with your second book and the one that's already published.
Thank you so much.
All right, you take care. We'll speak soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.